Nihat says, get your act together and let's get the hang of it. What can you say about these two? Well, I'll be honest with you, Nihat. I don't know why you're putting these together because they're different. But let's talk about what each of these means and how we might use them. Someone says, get your act together. Then someone is either disappointing you, or they're not living up to their potential. They're not as good as they could be. They're not doing as well as you think they should, or even as well as they think they should, right? So let's say the classic example. There's a husband and a wife, and they have a child, a newborn child. One time I actually saw this. So I was living in China, and there are these video game places. I guess what are they called? They're called internet cafe. Yeah, I guess they're internet cafes. But people play games there, right? They go there to play video games. Sorry about the noise. There's someone is doing construction or washing dishes or something. It's pretty noisy. So in the very clear memory that I have, there is a woman screaming outside of an internet cafe. And then after a couple minutes, a very sad-looking man came out of the internet cafe. Clearly her husband. She had a baby under her arm. And she was really yelling at him. And apparently he had been in the internet cafe playing video games all day. And so what was she angry about? Well, he's obviously not contributing to the family. He's not being supportive. He's not living up to his potential. He's not maybe making more money to support his new child that he's just had, right? And yeah, sorry about all the noise, guys. I apologize. He's just being a lazy person addicted to video games. So, if you wanted to boil that criticism down into a few words to say to that man, you would say, get your act together. That would be the perfect example. Things are not where they should be. You're not doing what you should. You're slacking. You're a loser. You're making too many mistakes. You're not focused. Whatever it may be. If you wanted to put that criticism into a few words, it would be, get your act together. And you could say it to yourself, I really need to get my act together. Now, it's used in more specific situations. It's not only for your whole life, right, and big things that are going on in your life. It could be in a very small area, right? Maybe we're just talking about video games. And in the category of video games, in the video games that I play, I'm not really focused today. I'm thinking about something else. I'm playing video games with a group of friends, and I'm not doing as well as I should in the game. And I say to myself, all right, sorry, guys, I apologize. I messed up there. I'm going to get my act together. You can use it in those narrow situations, too. That's totally fine. Okay. Now, what about let's get the hang of it? Let's just take out the let's part, okay, and say get the hang of something. So this would be when you try something and it's difficult, you don't feel comfortable doing it, you feel nervous, you feel not very confident in how to do it. Maybe that's driving for the first time. Maybe it's tennis. You're learning tennis for the first time. Maybe it's writing. Maybe it's speaking English. Whatever it may be, you're not used to doing it. You're not super comfortable doing it. And to get comfortable doing it, to get used to doing it, you have to do it. And after repeated practice, you start to feel more confident. You start to feel more comfortable. So to get the hang of something is not just to learn it. Okay, now I know it. It's to gain confidence in it, to feel more comfortable doing it, and then because you're more comfortable and more confident, you then can do it better. And it's usually skills related rather than knowledge related. It's usually about ability rather than what you know. right? So get the hang of driving. Get the hang of speaking in public. I still haven't quite got the hang of managing a live class. Or I still can't quite get the hang of this game that I'm playing. For all of those things, you could say, I finally started to get the hang of it. I haven't yet quite got the hang of it. Or I hope I can get the hang of it soon. Or if I do it more, I think I will get the hang of it. There are so many variations of this, so many different ways to use it. But that's the main idea. So I know those are two very different expressions, but I hope I answered your question, Nihat. Guys, if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit the like button, and also check out my full courses in the links in the description.